A man stood watching him, bald head gleaming in the light from the screens like a well-worn ebony newel post. He had a black splinter of a face, sharp-featured and sour, with a thin scar that twisted one side of his mouth down. You didn't see scars much. The meanest backstreet body shop could fix up a scar for you. When people kept them, it usually meant they were trouble. "What do you want with me?" shouted Zen. "I haven't done anything wrong. I was just—" "It would be a bad idea to waste my time," said the Rail Force man. "Where is Raven?" Zen blinked. "Is this about the necklace? That girl? Is she one of your people?" "This is not about a necklace. Where is Raven?" Zen said defiantly. "I don't know what you're on about." The man looked past him again. "Maybe he's not made contact yet. Did you learn anything from the drone?" "Fried," said one of the others. "Sorry, Captain Malik, it self-destructed before we could get anything out of it." Captain Malik gave a cold smile. "Raven hides his tracks well." "Who's Raven?" Zen asked. The screens behind Malik filled with pictures of a man's face, a white face that was all angles. White faces were rare on the network, where most people came in various shades of brown. Zen would have remembered a face like that. "I don't know who that is," he said. "Well, he knows who you are," said Malik. "His motorbike contacted you tonight in Ambersai." Photos from the Ambersai now, grainy blue images scraped from security footage. They showed Zen moving between the stalls, and behind him in the crowd, the girl in the red raincoat. It looked as if she had been following him for several minutes before she tried to intercept him at the goldsmith stall. That made Zen uneasy, because his instincts usually told him when he was being watched or followed, and he'd sensed nothing. So she'd only been a moto. For some reason he felt disappointed. "I didn't talk to her. She got in my way, that's all." "She helped you escape with that necklace." "She didn't help. She tried to stop me. Isn't she with you?" "No," said Malik. "We tried to track her, but she vanished, so we tracked you instead, and followed you here to Cleve. What does Raven want with you, Zen Starling?" Zen shrugged. He didn't know. Nobody had ever taken much interest in him before tonight. "I told you, I don't know any Raven." "We'll see," said Malik. "My data diver's searching your records." He glanced at a man who sat beside him, eyes hidden by an elaborate headset. "Mr. Nikopol?" The man smiled, a small, neat man, proud of his work. Divers were a special caste, not afraid to log out of the safe, firewalled data rafts and surf the tides of information in the deep data sea. You could find anything down there, as long as you were clever enough to deal with the things that lived there. "Zen has a sister who works in the refineries," he said. "Mother with mental health problems, father not recorded. Station of birth not recorded. Current address not recorded. Before they lived in this dump, the Starlings lived in Santharaki, which is also a dump. Before that—" Malik held up a hand for quiet. "I don't get it, Zen. You're no different from a million other sneak thieves up and down this line. Why is Raven interested in a toe-rag like you?" Zen started to say that he didn't know, then his anger got the better of him. "You've got no right to drag me in here. If it's Raven and his moto you're after, why aren't you out looking for them? She's here in Cleve. Her drone shot Uncle Bugs." "She can't be," said Nikopol. "There's been no train from Ambersai since the one the kid came in on, and she wasn't on that." Malik didn't look as if he thought it was impossible. He looked as if he thought it was interesting. "Where?" he asked. "Where did you see her?" Zen started to say, "She was at my apartment," but stopped. He didn't want these blue bodies barging in on Ma and Micah with their questions and their drones. Ma would think all her nightmares had become real. Malik grew tired of waiting for an answer. He said to a woman, "Pfizer, stow him in the back. Dose him. I'll question him again when the drugs kick in." He meant truth drugs. Zen had heard of them. One shot was enough to make you spill everything. He struggled, but Pfizer and her comrades were strong. They wrestled him past Malik, down a narrow corridor, into a blue cupboard of a cabin with a shelf for a bed. He struggled some more. He could feel the train.